Sleep is not something that just happens because you lie in bed at night, and it doesn't happen just because you have had a busy day and are wore out. Most nights I sleep pretty good, but there are some nights where sleep just seems elusive. If that sounds like you, give me a thumbs up. Now, if it's storming outside, if it's windy outside, if I have a nice fire going in the fireplace, I'll hear my dog walking around the house looking for a cool place to sleep. Now, those nights, I just seem to toss and turn and wake up feeling like it. Now, I've spoke about the importance of sleep in the past, and there's a link to this video in the description below. But there's something I want to mention about sleep again today because I think that our sleep is vital to our overall health and well-being. What I want us to come to understand today is that sleep is a gift from God. Sleep is not something that just happens because you lie in bed at night, and it doesn't happen just because you have had a busy day and are wore out. I think it is something that must be received. It's something that must be embraced like the gift that it is. I would also say that it's a gift that God desires to give everybody, not just Christians, but everybody, because He understands and He knows what happens to the body when you sleep, and He understands and He knows what happens to the body and to relationships when you don't sleep. You see, when you sleep, the body begins to process, restore, repair, strengthen itself. Each cell in our body benefits from sleep as it rejuvenates, repairs the tissues, and restores us after a long day of hard work. You know, if we don't sleep well, then we wake up sluggish. We wake up sometimes with a chip on our shoulder. It's those days that people often ask if you got up on the wrong side of the bed, because many of us have a shorter fuse. We have a shorter attention span. We are quick to judge, fly off the handle, having to go back later and apologize for what we said or did. Now, by nature, I'm an early riser. I mean, 5 a.m., whether it's been a good night of sleep or a bad night of sleep, I'm up by 5. At about that time, my mind starts to go through all the things that I want to accomplish that day. And so rather than lay there and think about these things, I just get up and get at it. That's why it's so important for me to get a good night of rest. I'm a 10 to 5 sort of person. Starting the day off with an anxious heart, wondering how I'm going to get it all done, isn't beneficial to me, and it isn't beneficial to anyone else. So here's how I start my day. Number 1, with coffee. And while I'm making my coffee, I'm listening to the Bible. Then I go into a time of quiet prayer and reflection. Now, after a long night, whether we have slept well or not, we need to let God's word be the first words that we hear every morning. See, as we move throughout the day, no matter what comes, we can carry His word with us as a guide, as a comfort, as a peaceful meditation. And then as we come to the end of our day, resisting the temptation to keep working and getting one more thing done. Listen to the wise words in Psalms 127. In vain you rise early and stay up late, for He grants sleep to those He loves. To make sure that you get a good night of rest, be sure to watch this video next. God bless.